Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a fantastic summer. And I know it's been a while, but thought I would do a quick intro video with my new Fenix 7 Pro. So I know that I had made a video not too long ago about getting rid of my Fenix 7 and decided to kind of stick with the Instincts. But like literally right after I sold my Fenix 7, maybe a week or two later, this comes out. So I was like, oh, gonna get sucked right back in here. But yeah, just got this maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or so, something like that. And as always, I got it from PlayBetter. So just a quick shout out to PlayBetter. They did offer me a discount to be able to purchase this watch and many of my other Garmin's watches. So thank you to them for making some of these videos possible. So be sure to check them out. I'll put a link at the bottom if you decide to pick one up. It is an affiliate link. That helps out the channel as well. But this is my go-to for all my Garmin watches. They have a 60-day return policy, which is really nice. And then also, at least for me, no sales tax. So that saves some money as well. But great place to check out. Please do so. And that's where I've got my Instinct from. That's where I got the new Fenix 7 Pro or all my previous Fenix. So yeah, as I was saying, I sold my Fenix 7 and decided to stick it out with the Instinct because I just, felt like I enjoyed wearing it more just due to comfort. But then the Pro comes out and they added or corrected probably my two biggest complaints with the watch, or complaints or wishes, whatever you want to call it. So those are two I kind of want to address in terms of what's different between the Pro and my previous Fenix 7. And that would be the upgraded screen and the flashlight. So I really wanted a flashlight, and as dumb as it may seem, it's awesome and I do use it quite often already. It's such a huge help at nighttime. If you have to get up to go to the bathroom, or just, sometimes I'll be downstairs and I go upstairs and all lights are off, so just navigate with the flashlight. So can't discount the flashlight. It's a super helpful. So that definitely did help make my decision to kind of give the Fenix 7 another go. But also the updated display. So one of the things about the Fenix 7 or these kind of memory and pixel type displays is obviously they're a little harder to read in dim lighting. I think actually the Instinct is a little bit easier to read. So is this new screen a big difference? I don't know about a big difference, but it is noticeable. I don't even have the old Fenix to do a side-by-side, and as soon as I turn it on, you can tell a difference. The difference lies in really the brightness, kind of how it looks. It's just much more crisper. I don't know. It just, as soon as I saw it, it's a noticeable difference between my old Fenix, even kind of this one. You kind of see when you're looking, let me get something here, when you're looking at the numbers, you can kind of see kind of the pixels. It's the 3 is kind of not smooth. You can kind of see the the pixelations, right? Where on this one, you'll notice that it's much smoother. So I think that's kind of what the upgrade really was. It's just a crisper display. This is kind of zoomed in a lot now. So this display is much crisper, does get a little brighter. So it's definitely a welcome change. I got the Sapphire again, and as you may know, I am not a fan of Sapphire. I really wish that they offered the titanium model with Gorilla Glass. Sapphire is just reflective. It kind of hinders the visibility. And yes, it's more scratch resistant, but it's not scratch proof. So my last Fenix 7 Sapphire did get scratched. So it's going to happen. These aren't not, it's kind of almost a false sense of security. I'd much rather have a Gorilla Glass, put a screen protector on it, and be done. But I wanted that titanium. So that was my main reason why I went with this one, is just to kind of save. It's a heavy watch, so every gram you can save is welcome. I think it's a difference of, I want to say like 5 grams, 6 grams between the steel and the titanium. So for a heavy watch, I was just trying to kind of make it as light as possible. So that's why I went with it again. even though I'm not a big fan of it. So those would be probably the two most notable changes that made me want to buy it. Would be the flashlight, and I was hoping the screen would just be a little bit crisper in dim lighting, which is not quite the case, but it is still welcomed and noticeable to be improved. Now, obviously, they've also improved the heart rate sensor on it, but honestly, I don't know. I thought the last generation was decent. When I say decent, I mean it's not bad. I mean, there's only so much on the wrist you can do. You know, it's never going to be as good as like a chest strap. But, you know, I already thought this one was good. Do I notice a difference with this one? Not really. I mean, it tracks. I've done a couple bike rides. I've done a couple weightlifting sessions, and I felt like it's just as good, you know. I didn't notice anything kind of significant deviation. Of course, that's a very unscientific way of studying it. I probably have to wear them side by side to really know for sure. But, you know, I know kind of what I typically would burn on my bike rides or workouts. So, you know, not a huge change there. What else can I tell you here? Obviously, it's still a heavier watch. You know, I still kind of go back and forth between, between these two. But I'm kind of in my honeymoon phase with this one, so I am kind of been wearing this one now predominantly. And you know, kind of happy to have it back. You know, I kind of have a dilemma with these watches. When I have one, I want the other, if that makes sense. So after a while wearing the Fenix, I'm kind of going to miss the Instinct. And then I'll wear this one for a while and I'll miss the Fenix. So I kind of go back and forth. And that's mainly just because of the weight. The weight's really the big issue. Is if the Fenix weighed as much as the Instinct, it'd be a no-brainer. But it doesn't. It's a little hefty. Now, I was given the Epics a serious thought. You know, I was contemplated should I try the Epics line, but in the end I just value battery life too much. You know, the OLED screens are nice and all, but I don't stare at these enough, you know, to warrant. I don't stare them that much. I mean, if you think about it, you look at your watch for a second, maybe, you know, say 60 times a day, so that's really only a minute of really kind of like looking at it, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. And again, I wanted the battery life over the nice screen, so decided to stick it out with kind of the ink display, electronic ink, Pixel, whatever they want to call it. But yeah, that's kind of it on this video. Like I said, I have tested it. I took it for a bike ride this morning. Worked fantastic, just as I thought. I mean, as expected, GPS worked well. I can kind of roll some clips here of my ride. I kind of ride through a pretty densely foresty area, but I never once lost GPS. You know, I don't have any really kind of terrain to really test it, like mountains or anything like that. But, you know, riding through a pretty well densely foresty type of trail, is probably the best way I can test it, and I never once suffered or had issue. It is kind of a bumpy road as well, which kind of makes this kind of, you know, bounce on my wrist a little bit. But I also never had any issues with kind of with the heart rate readings being kind of abnormal, like with jumpings or drops or anything like that. So it worked well. I mean, it's just a great watch. To cycling, the Fenix really is another level over the Instinct. But yeah, that's it for this one. Just thought I'd share that. Really loving the Fenix 7 Pro. You know, the flashlight is definitely worth it. I really wanted it last year, and I almost to the point where I almost got the 7X, but I just didn't want to deal with the size. But you know, I'm also someone who carries a flashlight a lot of times. You know, I'm one of those kind of EDC type people. I tend to carry like a pocket knife or a flashlight routinely with me, so this just kind of saved me some pocket room from having to carry a flashlight. But really comes in handy navigating around the house, and it's pretty bright enough to, you know, walk in pitch blackness and light up your path. I have not used it. You know, you can make it like strobe and blink, etc. when you're riding your bike or running or walking. I haven't really tested that out yet, but I'm sure come fall time, once it starts getting dark at like, you know, 5 or 6, I might test it out then. But anyway, that's it for this one. Just wanted to jump back on here, I've been kind of MIA here for some time, so if any questions, let me know. But great watch. Is it worth upgrading if you've got the Fenix 7? Is it worth upgrading to the Pro? No, it's not. I mean, just to be honest, is it? I mean, it's a great watch, but truthfully, I wouldn't. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, if you have money to burn, then yeah, do it. But if you've got the 7, like I said, really the only real big feature is a flashlight. And if you don't care about the flashlight, then you really don't need to upgrade, because everything else I think is a very kind of nominal upgrade, like the sensor and like the display. They're nice upgrades, but not enough to really kind of warrant shelling out, big bucks for it. All right, hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.